Some days everybody is sitting in my chair. So we need to move everybody. And I know you don't want to sit with me, but we'll start. You can sit with me till you get tired. Did you want to go back with your kitty cat? You want to go back with your kitty cat? Okay. Today we're going to make a raccoon. He is called the Brazilian raccoon. So put him over here. Sorry about that. And today we need black, white, and gray for our raccoon. Oh, I just noticed his eyes go into the middle of the black, so I'll need to make him a different color eye. Okay, where is the beginning of our pattern? Oh my. We need to make a bunch of stuff before we can start here. So we start with the ears. We make 2 ears and 2 legs. Okay, and the ears are color B. We start out with black on the end of our ears. No, let's stop it. Stop it. No, stop it now. Stop, stop. Good afternoon and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be making the resilient raccoon. And here's our cute little raccoon. And we start out today with making him 2 ears, 4 feet, and a tail before we can start actually crocheting our raccoon. So we start out with a magic ring in the color black. Make us a magic ring. Do us 4 single crochets into this round. Tighten it up. 3, 4, and then switch to gray. So we weren't supposed to complete that last stitch. So to change colors, we just yarn over and pull through, holding on to this yarn tail. And then we make 6 single crochets into this round. So we single crochet 1, increase in the 2nd stitch. And I'm gonna have to take my glasses off, I can't see this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We forgot to put our stitch marker in our last round. So, put our stitch marker in now. Okay. Now, for the 3rd round, it's 2 single crochets and increase. And I really don't think I need to put on my glasses now because we're just going to be making a foot next. And my yarn just, I don't know what this is about. Some colors are just better than others. Let's cut our black yarn. Well, I dropped that. So what do we do now? That was round 2. Round 3 is 1, 2, increase, 3 and 4, 5, 6, and increase, 7 and 8. It says, do not stuff the ear once you finish the last round on round 3. Fold the bottom of your ear in half and crochet 4 single crochets through both sides. That's front side and the back side. And close in the ear. Fasten off and leave a short tail. So, poke everything in. Well, I pull the yarn tail out. And we squish this together and we go through these front 2 loops. Roll back around to your last single crochet. And that last round, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and complete your single crochet. We do that 2 more times. 2, go through the front loops, go through the back 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through. Do it 1 more time. And I like to do a couple of slip stitches before I cut my yarn so that it's good and tight. And we pull our yarn tail through to the inside. Sometimes you have to pull it several times before you get it all the way in. And it pulled out that way. And I don't know what it is about this fuzz today. So that makes 2 ears. And then we get our black yarn back. And we start the legs. So we wrap our yarn around our finger. I don't think I'll have any yarn left by the time I'm finished. All these, it's just fuzzy today. Okay, we made our magic ring. And we're gonna 6 single crochet on the inside. 1, 2, 3. Tighten up that magic circle. It does not need to be this big. 4, 5, and 6. Make that yarn tail nice and tight. And don't forget our stitch marker this time. Man, more fuzz. Oh. And then for round 2, it's increase all the way around. So that's 2 stitches in each stitch as we go around. And then the last single crochet we change to the gray. 1, 2, and we're increasing every stitch, so every even number will be our second stitch. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And we forgot our stitch marker, didn't we? And get our gray on our hook. Well, I'm going to need my flashlight. I really can't see these dark colors. So it's 1 single crochet all the way around, 2, 3, 4, 'Cut our black yarn. We don't need that anymore. Continue single crocheting around. Three more single crochets into the round. No, 2. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3 to finish. Okay, this next round is 12 single crochets around, and this is the leg, so we're going to start drawing up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Move our stitch marker up, and we decrease all the way around. We have 12 stitches, and we're going to decrease those 12 to 6. So every stitch is a decrease stitch. So you go through the front loop, yarn over, pull through, go through the second front loop, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through all 3. go through the front loop, yarn over and pull through, go through the second front loop, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through all three. Continue to decrease. Go through the front loop, yarn over and pull through, go through the second front loop, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through all three loops. We continue around. 1, 2, decrease. It's 1, 2, pull through all three for a decrease. 1, 2, yarn over and pull through. That completes our last decrease. Now we stuff a little. Poke our stuffing in. It says lightly stuff, so we're not going to need much. Just enough to tell that he has a little bit in here, so he isn't flat. Get our yarn back on our hook, and it says stuff the leg lightly with polyfill. Once you finish the last stitch in round 5, fold the bottom of your leg in half and crochet 3 single crochets through both sides, closing the leg. Fasten off and leave a short tail. Here's our first stitch over here. We're going through the 2 loops on the front and all the way back to the 2 loops on the back. And then pull that through, yarn over, and that completes our single crochet. This second one will be easier to see. You go through the front 2 loops, go through the back 2 loops, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and complete your single crochet. And we're going to do this again. Yarn over and pull through, and then I do 2 slip stitches before I finish off. Just need a little tail. And we're going to pull this little tail back through to the inside. And that will get rid of that yarn tail. Sometimes it takes several tries. So don't think you're doing it wrong if it takes 3 or 4. Remove our stitch marker, and that gives us our 4 legs. And now we start the tail. We begin the tail in black. Get our black yarn back and pull up a little bit. And on the tail, we're going to be changing colors several times. So we do our magic circle. We just pull our yarn around our finger, go under the front loop, grab the second loop, yarn under and pull through, yarn over and pull through. Now we're going to do 4 single crochets into here. So it's 1, 2, 3, pull our yarn tail up, 4. And now pull our yarn tail really tight. And add our stitch marker. And that completes row 1. Row 2 says 1 single crochet and increase times 2, and that'll give us 6 stitches. And on the last stitch of round 2, change 2 back to gray. Okay, so 1, Okay, this is 2, and you increase here. We put 3, we put the 3rd single crochet into the same stitch as the 2nd single crochet. Now we single crochet, that makes 4, and then we add 2 single crochets to this last single crochet. And remember, we're going to change colors now, so don't finish that. Get our gray on our fingers. Leave us a tail, yarn over and pull through, and hold on to that tail. We move our stitch marker up. And then for round 3, it's 2 single crochet and increase. So we will have 8 stitches at the end of this row. So we do 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 6. Oh, I've done lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, 3 single crochet and increase. Put my glasses back on for a minute because we're going to be changing back to black at the end of this round. And it's 3 single crochet and increase. So it's 1 up. We didn't pull our stitch marker up. 2, 3, and increase. 2 single crochets in this next stitch. 1, 2, 3, and increase. And change back to the black. Okay. Well. And sometimes you just get everything all tangled together. This is not a knot. This is just a tangle. Not unless I tied it in a knot while I was trying to get this, but I did not. So we're back on black, and this is row 5. Row 5 is 4 single crochets and increase. Well, I just can't get my black on my fingers, can I? There, we have our black on our fingers now. We're not going to cut the gray this time because we're going to be going back to gray in a minute. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and increase 2 stitches into 1, and that'll give us 12 when we finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that gives us 12 single crochets. We're going to work in black one more round around. It says 12 single crochets in the last stitch, change to color gray. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, excuse me, 7, 8, 9, 'We'll just forget the movie stitch marker up and figure out where we are. Losing count around here, y'all. Okay, let's see how many that gives us. Fuzz, fuzz, fuzz. Oh. And I've got to go blow my nose. Sorry about that, y'all. And I hadn't counted these yet. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, okay? Get these 2 black loops back on our hook and go back to our gray. Okay, round 12 is 12 single crochets. 1, 2, take off the glasses again. Didn't think I could wear them. 2, 3, 4, and then we cut our black. I don't think we're going to need it again. No, I just cut it and I'm going to need it again. Oh well, we'll add it back in later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Pull our stitch marker up, and that completes row 7. And now we we decrease. We decrease now. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and decrease. Go into the front loop, yarn over and pull through. Go through the second front loop, yarn over and pull through. That's a decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, and decrease. And get the black back. So just yarn over with our black, hold on to that tail. We're going to sew it in. And then what do? This is row 8. No, we just finished row 8, so move our stitch marker up. And flip our page over. Row 9, we decrease again. So it's 1, 2, 3, and decrease. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and decrease. And do we turn back to gray? Yes, we do. Get the gray back on our hook. And yarn over and finish that last. No, that's not right. I was supposed to not do that. Not go back to the gray yet. Okay. Okay, and pull through. Now it's 2 single crochet and decrease. So move our stitch marker up. It's 2 and decrease, and that'll leave us with 6 single crochets. 1, 2, decrease. This is decrease. Okay, we finished that decrease, and then it's 1, is that where I'm supposed to be in? Pull that out, see where I'm supposed to be. 1, 2, and change colors. Okay, and we work even for 6 single crochets. Well, maybe we need to stuff this. Let's say about stuffing the tail. Stuff the tail lightly, okay. Poke the stuffing in any which way you can. Okay, we can pull that out. Okay, we need to sew this black in. And I can't see anything. These stitches just disappeared on me. Okay, we can cut the black. You see all this? I mean, it's just everywhere. Is that enough stuffing? Or does it need just a little bit more? Okay, stuff the tail lightly. Once you finish the last single crochet on row 11, fold the bottom of your tail in half and crochet 3 single crochets through both sides, closing the tail. Fasten off. Leave a short tail. So we go into the front 2 loops. We turn all the way around and go through this last single crochet here, yarn over and pull through. That's 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and 3. I'll do something with that black tail right now. Well, pull it through to the inside. Okay, there we go. We'll pull through to the inside. Now we need to do a couple of slip stitches. 1, 2, okay, we got that pulled in one time. There we go, there's his tail. And now we start with his head with the white. Okay, here's the white. So it says 6 single crochets into a magic ring. So we make our magic ring. And do 6 single crochets into the magic ring. Three, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, these color changes are, well, they aren't difficult to do. It's just that we're going to be doing so many of them that it's going to seem a little on the difficult side. But we can see now for a minute. We don't get the black back till we're working on his eye part. So we increase all the way around. We have 6 single crochets and we're going to do 12. So that's 2 single crochets into every stitch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And we forgot to put in a stitch marker. So we'll add our stitch marker now, and that completed round 2. Okay, round 3, we work 12 single crochets around, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, start to flip under on us, turn it back up, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. It's folding up again. See how it's folding up again? Flip it right side out. This is the right side. That's the wrong side. Okay, and round 4 is 1 single crochet and increase. So it's 1, 2, and 3 is going to be in the same stitch. 4, 5, and 6 will be in the same stitch. 7, 8, was 7, 8, and 9 go in the same stitch. 10, 11, and 12 go into the same stitch. 13, 14, and 15 go into the same stitch. 16, 17, 18. And I just can't remember my stitch markers today. I guess it's because my mind's done fogged after making all these ears and arms or feet and tail. So that's 18. 18 single crochet, and on the last stitch around 5, switch to gray. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and then on 18 we do a color change. We get our gray back. And we're going to keep our white because we do go back to it. Okay. Oh my, we're going to be doing a lot of color changes here. So just get our gray back on our fingers and complete this single crochet. And we're going to be using the white again, so we need to keep up with it. And it says 6 single crochets with the gray. So it's sewing these yarn tails. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we go add the black back in. So hold on to that yarn tail for the black, yarn over and pull through, and keep all of our tails in because we're going to be single crocheting through them. Switch to color black, 3 half double crochets into 1 stitch times 2. Okay, half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and that same stitch, they all 3 go in the same stitch. And then we do that again with the black. It's yarn over, put 3 half double crochets through this stitch. 1, 2, 3. And then switch to color, back to color gray. So let's take this out and go back to the gray. And this is the gray. Yarn over and complete that half double crochet. switch to the gray, 3 half double crochet into 1 stitch. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and we do that 2 times. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then we change. Wait a minute. Did that wrong. Okay, gray, switch to gray, 3 half double crochets in 1 stitch. Oh, that wasn't right. Pull the gray back out on these last ones. Okay, go back to black. Okay, back to black, and it says 3 half double crochets times 2 with the black. One, 2, 3, and then in the next stitch, 1, 2, I got, pull it out. It's a half double crochet. That's 2 and 3. Okay, and we go back to the gray. Okay, and it's yarn over and pull through. And then with the gray, we do 7 single crochets. Get our gray back on our fingers. Pull the black tight. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now what do we do? 4 single crochet and switch to white. 1, 2, 3. We don't complete 4, and we switch back to our white. So get the white back on our hands. And complete that single crochet. Well, shoot. And pull out all your stitch markers. Four single crochets with the white. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, what happened? Okay, what are we doing? 4 single crochets, and then we do 8 single crochets with the white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And switch back to gray. And then with the gray, 3 single crochets and go back to white. 1, 2, 3. Don't finish that one. Going back to white. And then what do? 8 single crochets with the white. That doesn't look right. Well, it might. 1, okay, 8 single crochets with the white. 1, get the white on my fingers. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We switch back to our gray and complete that last single crochet. Okay, now we're back to the gray, white, gray, 5 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Move off our stitch marker. Okay, and with the gray 8 single crochet, now take the first ear and align it with the body. Okay. Okay, look at our picture. We're still going to need some more black, I believe. We'll just keep everything and go along with it. Round 8 is 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now we take an ear and crochet it in. Go through the 2 front loops of the ear, go through the 2 front loops of the body, yarn over, pull through all 4, yarn over and pull through. We do this 3 more times. 2, 3, and 4. And now we have the ear sewn in. And then 4 single crochet, and then we add in the second ear. So it's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Take the second ear, we're going to crochet it in also with 4 single crochets. So we start going through the front 2 loops of the ear, the back 2 loops of the body, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through. And we do this 3 more times, so it's 2, 3, and 4. And then it says, what? 8 single crochets to get back where we were. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay. We do not need the white and the black anymore. So we're going to cut them off. So now it gets easier again. Okay, and row 9 is 6 single crochets and decrease. Okay, this is going to be a complicated round. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and decrease. Then 4 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and decrease. 4 single crochets and decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, and decrease. Oh, that was supposed to be a 4 and decrease. Where was I here? 1, 2, 3, 4, and decrease. Okay, that's right, and then do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, decrease. And then 2 single crochet. 1 and 2. Move our stitch marker up. That completes row 9. Row 10 is 2 single crochet and decrease all the way around. So 1, 2, decrease. 1, 2, decrease. 1, 2, decrease. 1, 2, decrease. 1, 2, and decrease. and decrease. Okay, and it says stop here and add the safety eyes, 2 12mm safety eyes between round 5 and 6 with 5 stitches in between, and then use pink scrap to embroider blush on. And then it's got a page numbers for you to go back and do the eyes and the mouth and the blush. That completes row 11. Completes row 10. Row 11 is 1 single crochet and decrease. We're coming down, so we're making him a neck. So it's 1, decrease is 2, 1 single crochet is 3, decrease is 4, 1 single crochet is 5, decrease 6, 7, decrease, that's 8, 9, 10 is a decrease, 11 and decrease. Okay, 11 gets a new stitch marker. This pink. Too long, just right. So that completes row 11, and we add a new stitch marker, a different color. And it looks like we need to stop and stuff the head. Okay. Yeah, it seems like it's taken an awful long time to do this, and well, I guess it is. Okay, round 11, we finished. Round 12 is 1 single crochet and increase. We've made his neck, now we're getting bigger. 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 is an increase. 6, 7, 8 and 9 is an increase. 10, 11 and 12 is an increase. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Move our stitch marker up. Thirteen is 2 single crochet and increase. 1, 2, 3 and 4 is an increase. 5, 6, 7 and 8 is an increase. We had a little glitch in our video.
Pep snow, and so does Purina. That's why 100% of Purina's power comes from solar and wind investments.
So I don't know where I lost y'all, but this is,
and here.
I just completed row 13.
All right, friends, checking in. I want to show you what I got done so far. So this is definitely
Okay, stuffed raccoon.
The fish has a bunch of different gills, and there's like a bunch of different layers. So the way I was able to do it kind of was just crocheting
stuff
in the
his
front
neck
loop
a
only
little
and
bit.
crocheting in the back loop only. And that kind of creates more dimension. So this is the front of the head, and I'm leaving the top of the head more flat because I plan on doing some bobble stitches separately to create that little puff.
Okay, 6 single crochet and add a leg. 1,
it's turning out pretty good, honestly.
2,
and this is just like the yellow portion of the head.
3,
I plan to expand it and create the
4,
body. And I think for the body,
5,
those portions that are like puffed out, I'm
and
going to do that
6.
separate as well. Just because I think it might be a little too
Okay,
hard
grab
to,
us
like,
a foot.
crochet it in directly in the pattern. So I want to make sure I get all of the shapes correct, and I think the best
Go
way to do that
through
is just
2
crocheting
loops
it
of the
separate.
foot,
But I'm gonna go try to pick out some
2
eyes
loops
for
of the
fishy.
body,
I think
yarn
she
over and
needs
pull
some really
through,
pretty sinker
and
eyes to
complete
bring
your
her to
single
life.
crochet.
And I also wanted to show you guys that I'm
Well,
beginning to do
let's
the
pull
inside
that a
of
little
her
tighter.
body. I'm attaching the white
That was
yarn,
too
and we're going to
loose. Let's
slowly
do it again.
crochet and increase it so it is her full size.
2 through
but
the
I'm really excited
leg,
about how she's turning out so far. Definitely an interesting
2 through
design
the body,
process. I feel like I don't really do a lot of front
and
loop
finish
back
her
loops,
single
so
crochet.
it's interesting. Like the only time I've really done front loop back
And we
loop
do
was for
this
my
2 more.
turtles, like for the turtle ridge of the shell. But this way you can also create little gills for your fish. Okay, let me go look at all the different safety eyes. I think I need to do 30mm for her.
Oops, I need to turn the TV down. It's too loud.
So a few different
Be back.
options I grabbed. I feel like maybe I should do like an orangey eye, or I should do more of a yellow clearish eye. So the first option are these ones. So let me go test it out real quick. Because some of these reference.
Okay, y'all, today is just one of those days. I've had to jump my car off twice this morning, but luckily my husband was with me the first time and showed me how to use, it's some sort of instant jump kit. It's only about the size of this sheet of paper, about 4 inches thick, and it's a chargeable battery, I guess, like the you know, the big battery chargers for your phone. You charge it up and then it'll keeps a charge until you need to use it. And what was I trying to do? Okay, crocheted in the leg. And then we need to do, I don't know why I decreased. 10 single crochets. And then we'll do another leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then what does it say? Take the second leg, so we got our loop on our hook. We go through 2 loops of the leg, 2 loops of the body, yarn over and pull through. Let's do that 2 more times. And then what do we have left? 2 single crochet. 1, well, did I miscount something somewhere? So let's count our stitches. We're supposed to have 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, I'm going to move his leg down. 1 more single crochet. I don't think it's quite lined up. So we'll do it again. Go through 2 loops of the leg. Two loops of the body, yarn over, pull through all 4, yarn over and pull through. And now these other 2 are going to be easier. Go through all 4. Go through all 4 and complete our single crochet and do it again. There we have it. Pull our stitch marker up. Round 15, 3 single crochet and increase. His body's getting bigger. So 1, 2, 3, increase. 1, 2, 3, and increase. That's 2 stitches in 1. 1, 2, 3, increase. 1, 2, 3, and increase. 1, 2, 3, increase. 1, 2, 3, and increase. And you've got to see this. All of a sudden, why did this turn like that? Let's see if I'm going to have to cut it out or if I can just crochet along with it. So that's 30. And now we single crochet around 30 stitches for 3 rounds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. And we've been forgetting to pull our stitch markers up. So we do this two more rounds. Work even for 30. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but the neighbors are cutting the grass, the dogs are barking. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Pull our stitch marker up. Get us a drink. And 30 around again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, 3 single crochets and decrease. 1, 2, 3, and decrease. 1, 2, 3, decrease. 1, 2, 3, and decrease. 1, 2, 3, decrease. 1, 2, 3, decrease. 1, 2, 3, and decrease. Move our stitch marker up. Work even for 24. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And I'm going to start stuffing the body a little bit now. Just because it's getting so deep, we haven't stuffed since we did his neck. Okay, that'll be enough for now. Okay, now we add the other 2 legs. It's 7 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, grab a leg. Go through the front 2 loops of the leg. Go through the next 2 loops of the body. That's 4 loops on under our hook. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and complete our single crochet. We're going to single crochet 2 more times. Okay, gets the third leg sewn on, and then we do 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And now we sew on the last foot. Go through two loops on the foot. Go through 2 loops on the body. Yarn over and pull through. Do this 2 more times. Okay, we start a new stitch marker with a different color. Let's use this blue. Okay, now we single crochet and decrease 4 times. Okay, 1, decrease is 2, 3, decrease is 4, 5, 6 is a decrease, 7, 8 is a decrease, 'and what does it say? Now take the tail and sew it on. But the tail looks a little too far down. We have 1, 2, 3 here. And I want to do right here 1, 2, 3, or let's see, do 1 more single crochet. And now we'll start sewing the tail in and see how that looks. No, I'm coming over 1 more. And now we'll sew in our tail. We go through 2 loops of the tail, go through 2 loops of the body, yarn over, pull through, all 4, yarn over, and complete your single crochet. We need to do this 2 more times. Through the leg, through the body, yarn over and pull through. 1 more time. 2 loops through the body. 2 loops through the leg, 2 loops through the body, yarn over and pull through. And what's it say now? Okay, seems like we have a couple of decreases in here. 1, 2, 1, decrease, and decrease. Move our stitch marker up. Well, now, I didn't know I was playing yarn chicken with this, but I have plenty to finish this off with. I'm going to stuff his body a little more. Okay, and now we decrease 8 times on this last round. So it's decrease all the way around. Decrease, 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 decrease. Okay, last chance to stuff our body. We've got voids, so we need to, right here where we're decreasing, these are voids up here. And we want to stuff inside the decreases so it'll be nice and full. And just a little bit more. And then it says, once you finish the last stitch, fasten off and leave a long tail for sewing. Let me do me a slip stitch over here. And then get my needle and sew this together. And then we pull the closure tight. And there we have it. He's closed as close as we can get him. And if there's any places that look a little bare, go back and crochet, or go back and stitch the openings closed that you think are too big. Okay, come through the stuffing again, pull it just barely tight and snip it. And there we have it. We have our cute little raccoon today. Pull our stitch markers out. And he's finished. Oops, I just pulled something through, so let's get it back in. There we go. There we have it. A cute little raccoon. And we'll add him to our stack over here. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and like my videos. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.